Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Emma and I'm so excited for today's movement. I'm going to be taking you through some exercises to help relieve any hip pain you might be getting, things such as hip bursitis. So many of us sit at a desk all day. Our hips, our glutes become so inactive and dormant and weak. So I'm going to be giving you some exercises to strengthen them, relieve any pain you might be experiencing, and just help you feel stronger all around. Let's get straight into it. Alright guys, we're going to start laying down on our backs today. So I want you to just come into a nice comfortable position here. We're going to plant the feet gently into the mat, and I want you to have your palms facing up to the ceilings just so we're nice and open through the chest. Now from here, keeping our feet really grounded, I want you to just start tilting your pelvis away from you, arching your lower back, and then tilting it towards you as you tuck it under and lengthen that spine. So we take an arch away and we take a tilt towards us. And all we're doing here is bringing a little bit of mobility to that lower back so we can find a bit more freedom into that whole hip complex here as we move and work into those glutes. So let's just take these tilts for another 3, 2. Try not to force this movement. Nice and easy here. Last 1. Now we're going to find that point in the middle here. This is our neutral spine. Now from here, I want you to really press firmly through your feet into the mat. You're going to begin to engage those glutes. So squeeze them gently and float your hips up into a bridge. Now you're bringing them up, keeping that nice foundation through the feet, and then lowering back down straight to the mat. Now we're going to use our breath with this movement. We exhale as we lift up, and we inhale as we lower back down. Now the whole time you're really thinking of keeping those feet pressing into the mat. The strength starts from the bottom of the foot, the sole of the foot, then it comes up into the glutes at the top of the movement. The glutes are initiating the movement, so we're actively squeezing them as we float up, and we're controlling it on the way down. Now really important here to try to use your breath as you move so that you can really feel that contraction of the muscles in the correct place. So we exhale, lift, and we inhale to lower. Now if you're someone who experiences lower back pain, important here not to lift your hips up too high. So it's not about how high we can get those hips, but we want to keep that activation through the glutes the whole time. If you come up too high, you'll begin to arch into your lower back and just strain into that lower spine, which we do not want to do. Exhale, lift up. We've got a few more like this. Inhale, lower back down. Good. Let's go for 3. We go for 2 more here. So we're just getting that movement into the body, into that lower part especially. Last one, we're going to keep the hips up. Now I want you to just take little pulses here. Now as you pulse, just begin to really simply shift your weight more onto your heels. So we're pulsing those glutes, actively squeezing them, but we've shifted our weight slightly onto our heels now. That's going to help us to really activate the back of the legs into those glutes. We pulse for 3, for 2. We're going to hold it on 1, stay there. I want you to flip your palms now so that they're pressing gently into the mat. We're going to gently continue to press them down to support that body, support that spine. You're going to shift your weight onto your right foot, particularly through that right heel, and just begin to float the left leg up off the mat. Then we're going to lower the left foot down. We're going to shift the weight onto that left, into that heel, float the right leg up. Now, as you do this, you want to keep your hips still. You want to really slowly shift the weight. Find the ease in that movement here. We exhale to come up, and we inhale to lower back down. Now, again, we're not trying to force anything in this movement. We're trying to let the breath guide us. Lead that activation deep into those glutes. We go for 4. We go for 3, Just 2 more here. 2. Now next time that left leg is lifted, we're going to pause a little bit longer. From here, we just take a few pulses up and down. Remember, we're pressing into that right heel. We go for 3. We go for 2. Hold it on 1. I want you to shift the weight to that left side. Keep your hips up. Last one here in this bridge. We pulse up and down into that left side. Now, we go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it on 1. Lower the right foot down. Now I want you to drop from your chest, roll down through your spine. Let your hips touch the mat. Let's just take an inhale here. As you exhale, just drop the knees side to side. Release any tension we might have built in that lower back. We're going to work through one more bridge here. So we're going to plant the feet back down into the mat. Let's bring our palms back up towards the ceiling here. Now I want you to fully shift your weight onto your heels now. So your toes are elevated. We're going to again activate those glutes, squeeze back into our bridge. Now this time I want you to just come halfway down and then go all the way up into that bridge. Then come all the way down, touch the mat, all the way back up. We inhale each time we lower. Exhale each time we lift. Now, as you do this, I want you to focus a little bit more on that mind to muscle connection. So we're not just moving through the motion, but you are actively squeezing those glutes to lift the hips up. That is the initiation of the movement. Breathe in lower, breathe out to lift. Just a few more rounds here, guys. Really important. We want to find that strength, but we don't want to fatigue this muscle too much, especially if you have bursitis. There is a fine line between working the muscle and aggravating it. So we want to find that nice sweet spot. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Last one, and we roll back down. Hug your knees to your chest. Give them a little light squeeze, maybe rock side to side. Good. We're going to roll over onto our sides now. So I want you to come onto either side to start. You're going to lay down on your arm. You're going to have your knees bent towards the front of your mat, your hips at the back of the mat. Now have your head released either on your arm, your hand, maybe a pillow. Let's pop it into a comfortable position. Grab onto your top hip. Just push it away from you so that that core is active. Now from here, keeping your hips stacked on top of each other, we're just going to gently float that top knee up into a clam and lower it back down. Now we exhale as we lift up. We're contracting that muscle. We inhale as we lower. Now really important as we take this clam here to not move the hips. So to really make sure that whole glute is working, you've got to keep those hips in that neutral position rather than swaying open and using momentum. Now your range might be small, that's fine. I would rather you work through that small range than force the movement. Use that exhale to open, use that inhale to close. The whole time we are active through our center is always supporting us. Let's go for just 4 more here. Remember, we don't want to overwork this muscle. We go for 3. We go for 2. Now on your next one, you're going to hold that knee up. We're going to make this movement a little bit bigger now. You're going to float the foot up with the knee, lift it, and then tap back down. We exhale again up. Now you're squeezing into that top glute as you move. Keep your hips stacked, core is active. Breathe fully as you lift up. Breathe fully in as you lower down. Notice if your hips are swaying. Hold them tighter. Feel the control. Just 3 more here. We go for 2. You're going to keep that leg up on your next one, and we're just going to pulse it here on the side to finish nice and gentle here. Now, if that feels fine through your glute, you can repeat that little sequence again. If this feels like enough, we leave it here in 3, 2, 1. We're going to release down. Good. I want you to flip over onto your hands and knees before we do that second side. So find a nice 4-point kneeling position. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to have our toes untucked. Now from here, instead of letting the ribs drop down, we're going to gently draw the ribs towards each other. Keep a bit of activation again in that center. Always important to feel strong in the center. Now you're going to extend your right arm and left leg out long. Now without moving the spine, we're just going to float them up gently. Pause for a second and then release down. Shift the weight, other side. Extend, lift, lower. Now really important here, that leg that is staying on the mat is working to stabilize us. So that glute is firing here to keep your hips and lower back supported. We're lengthening through the fingertips, we're stretching away. We're finding that nice extension through the body as we exhale. We're resetting as we inhale. Now the whole body is active here, but I really want you to focus even more on that standing leg. That is your stabilizing muscle. We're here for 4. This is one of my favorite exercises to really feel nice and functional in the body, to feel support throughout the entire body. We go for 2. Let's take one more here. And release. Meet me in a child's pose for 1 breath. Reach the arms forwards, drop the head down. Let's just inhale here. Exhale, we roll up to kneeling. We're going to go onto that second side for our side lying. So find that nice, comfortable, lengthened position again. Knees towards the front, hips and heels at the back. Remember that top hip, we grab it, push it away, engage the core. We start with that clam, engage that top glute, open the knee just in your range and release back down. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. We want to keep that stacking of the hips, keep that engagement in the core. Really make sure there is no rocking here. Now you want to feel this quite deep in the glute. So I want you to make sure you actually are feeling that squeeze before you open. The exhale should help us find that contraction, but it should also create a little bit more space for that leg to move. Let's take 3 more like this. We go for 2. Hold that knee up on our next one. Now from here, you're floating the foot up as well. We come into that higher range and we lower back down. More work in the core for this one. So as you lower the leg, feel that squeeze in the belly. Everything works together for us to find that full function of the body. Beautiful. We've got a few more here. If you are someone who sits at your desk all day, you will feel so tight in this whole complex. So it's so important to make sure that we're not letting those muscles become dormant, but we're keeping them active to prevent any injuries throughout our day, whether we're walking, running, any kind of movement, or simply just sitting there and feeling that pain. Let's take 2 more here. On that next one, you're going to keep that leg lifted, and we are just going to pulse here. Now remember, if you're not feeling that fully fatiguing that glute yet, feel free to do that sequence 1 more time. If it is fatiguing as mine is right now, we're just going to pulse for another 3, 2, 1, and we release. Lower that leg down. Good. I want you to come into a nice 4-point kneeling position again here. Now this time, I want you to join the big toes together. I want you to open your knees out wide. We're going to send the hips into a nice wide child's pose. Drop down, reach the arms forwards. Fully release the back, but really feel open in those hips. You're going to take an inhale here. And you're going to roll yourself forwards. Bring your weight towards your hands. We're going to drop the hips down and take a lovely stretch up to the ceiling, opening through the front of the body. And then we send the hips back to the heels. We're going to take one more of those. We're trying to open up through our lower back, through those hip flexors and into that entire hip complex. Take that lovely stretch up again. And just come back onto your hands and knees. Last stretch here. You're going to come into a seated position. I want the legs out long. Now we're lengthening through the crown of our head. You're going to bend one knee, either or. Bring it up. Stay in that seated position, but bring that leg across the other one. Keep that foot planted. Now you're hugging the knee towards your chest. You're rotating the whole body to that knee, twisting, looking to the back of your mat. Lengthening that spine, growing taller as you twist. Breathing into the stretch for that glute. Always important once you've worked those glutes to also find that release. We want to work with strength and mobility together. Let's inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist further. And release. There, other side, bending that knee, placing that foot over the other leg. Hug that knee and rotate to that knee. Take that twist in the body. Breathe in to extend the spine. Breathe out to twist further. One more like that. And slowly come out of that. We'll finish there, guys. Thank you so much. This is a great one to add at the start of a lower body workout, just to really activate those hip and glute muscles. Also just one to add every single day, or as much as possible, to prevent any injury in that complex. That is so important to help us through everyday life. But thank you for joining me. Any more specific workouts you want for injury prevention, let us know in the comments below. Always happy to help.